September 8th, 2007. To date, you have been responsible for 959 captures. This is America's Most Wanted, with host John Walsh. From across the country, our team of correspondents. Now, from our Washington Crime Center, join the manhunt.
Ambush! Ambush!
That scene's from Dead Presidents, a popular 1995 action flick about an armored car heist. The film was partly based on a true story, and just this past May, it became the inspiration for a group of college kids who did their homework and got $9 million worth of extra credit. It was the end of the run for two employees of Express Teller Armored Car Services. Sitting beside the driver was Daryl Frierson.
They'd go to Charleston where they'd pick up a large quantity of money sometimes. They never knew how much money they'd be picking up. And then they'd drive straight back to Columbia without stopping. And then they'd deposit money in the vault at the main headquarters, and their day was through after that.
Hey, check this. I said we fill up now.
Come on, man. You know the rules.
Oh, the hell with the rules. I know if we get gas after we make the drop-off, we won't make last call. And I'm buying. Come on, it's my dollar.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. I do get thirsty right about now.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, there's a gas station over here on Atlas.
After they deposited the money, they could go gas up, but not while any money was in the truck. They could not stop because it broke procedure.
Hey, Paul, this is Frierson in truck 6. We ran into some road construction, so we're running a bit behind schedule. We'll see you in a few.
Gotta pay here first.
Don't even try. Get on the floor.
You're good. I'll blow your head off.
Man. Give me the gun, man. Move. Hurry up. Don't look at me.
You in driver's seat and no funny stuff. You're going down the road.
Frierson drove about 1.5 miles where the rest of the group was waiting.
Don't look at me. Hey, don't look at me, man.
You need to keep your mouth shut.
Come here, man.
Eyes too, man. Give me your hands, man. Give me your hands. Get out. You helping us unload this money.
At some point during the robbery, the main office was calling and the cell phone. I think if they really knew how much they had, they'd have brought another SUV and been able to take all the money.
No, man. Look, we stay here, they could come back for us. I'm not bleeding to death out here. You got yourself?
No, they busted mine, too.
Do what you want to do. I'm going for help.
He bled the entire walk. His eyes were swollen shut. He walks over 1.5 miles to a payphone and calls police there.
How you feeling? Looks like your buddy took the worst of it.
I took a beating too, man. Mine's deep wounds, muscle type stuff. They had me down on the ground. They were kicking me hard.
All right.
I had a gun to my head.
All right, well, we'll get you to the hospital, get you taken care of. After that, we're going to need you to come down to the station. Anything you can remember is going to be helpful.
Yeah, sure.
Authorities say while the gang added up their haul, Daryl Frierson's story wasn't adding up at all.
So you in contact with anyone back at the vault?
Yeah.
Does this person have a name?
Yeah, sorry. Paul Whitaker.
Got it. So tell me about the guys who pulled off the heist.
Well, there were 4 of them. 2 had black bandanas. 1 had a scar under his eye. They had an SUV. It was dark brown.
It was dark, and he's providing lots of details about the way they looked and what he saw. And so that sent off some red flags. I just know from my experience that most victims would not be able to provide what he provided to me.
Detectives kept tabs on Frierson, believing he was in on the robbery. And soon their suspicions were confirmed when they questioned Paul Whitaker, the company dispatcher Frierson said he was in contact with the night of the robbery.
When I spoke to Mr. Whitaker, he told us his knowledge of the robbery and implicated some of the other participants.
Cops quickly realized the main participant was Frierson himself. Several months before the robbery, Frierson moved to Darlington, South Carolina from New York and enrolled in Benedict College. He started hanging out with his cousins, Dominique and Kelby Blackney, as well as with Paul Whitaker. Soon, Frierson was playing ball with fellow Benedict students Dominic Lyde and Jeremy McPhail. By February of 2007, Frierson had gotten his job as a driver and a guard at Express Teller Services.
It's not your money, son. Let it go. Let it go.
Frierson was a typical middle-class young man. But he saw all this money and he saw an opportunity, and so he started scheming and planning almost from day one that he started working there.
I'm doing pizza and beer tonight at my crib. You in?
Sounds good. I'll bring the beer.
All right, man.
I'd seen a movie called Dead Presidents and actually designed this robbery after the movie, and he started getting his friends involved.
I've been thinking of a way we can make some easy money. You interested?
And he started developing this plan, and then he put it in place.
Now cops say under Frierson's leadership, these college kids were about to participate in a different type of school project. Authorities say Frierson's plan was to have 2 of the gang lay in wait at the gas station.
They'd been there earlier and scoped it out and decided this is where we were going to do it, removed part of the fence, which allowed them to access quickly to the truck. Frierson wasn't beaten like the other victim was. Frierson actually helped unload the money. He was participating the whole time.
Now the question became, what would the gang do with $9 million in cash? As authorities went about building their case, they say the gang went about hiding their haul, whether it be in the woods or in their homes.
Jeremy, what's in those bags?
But as for McPhail, authorities say he was so intimidated by his mom,
Hey, look, I need you to help me out.
he asked his buddy Derek Benjamin to hide his take. But don't think any of these robbers were merely saving all of their money for a rainy day.
They start partying and having a good time.
Some of the members of the group went to a tattoo parlor in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
A bunch of guys started picking out different tattoos they wanted. It ended up being a nightclub in here. We had the music blaster, and they're spending $2,000 some odd dollars here. I'm gonna treat you like the president.
The gang then hit several strip clubs and local malls where they loaded up on high-priced sneakers and gifts for Mother's Day.
These young men live in Darlington, South Carolina. The people they want to impress are there.
And authorities say Lyde meant to impress by buying this used Monte Carlo, then adding on rims that ran 30 grand.
Well, they start showing them the cars they buy. They start showing them the clothes they have because they want to impress them.
However, these first impressions would not be long-lasting. On May 16, 2007, just 5 days after the armed robbery, authorities rounded up Frierson, Jeremy McPhail, the Blackney brothers, and Paul Whitaker. However, Derek Benjamin and Dominic Lyde were able to get out of town before cops could close in on them. They remain at large, allegedly with millions of dollars in their pockets. Lyde has tattoos of the word savage on his right forearm and life on his left forearm, with daggers and skulls woven into the words. He plays lots of basketball and often wears the jerseys of different pro teams. Derek Benjamin may be with Lyde or on his own and may have cut off his cornrows. Either man could be in Texas or Florida. If you've seen Dominic Lyde or Derek Benjamin, call our hotline at 1-800-CRIME-TV. Now, cops recovered about $4 million from that heist, and that means that Lyde and Benjamin could be sitting on about $5 million in cash. So be on the lookout for these big spenders. Now, our season premiere's just getting started, so keep it right here. There's a lot more action coming up.
Coming up, the FBI takes down a child molester on their top 10 most wanted.
Mr. Goldberg, do you have anything to say to the children?
See if you can take the next pervert down, too.
Just this week, I was in Boston, where the FBI announced they were adding an accused child molester, this creep, to their 10 most wanted list. But as John Lieberman reports, that was only after the long search for another slime ball finally came to an end.
Mr. Goldberg, are you guilty? Mr. Goldberg, are you guilty?
It was a moment 6 years in the making.
Do you have anything to say to the young girls that you supposedly had sex with?
Richard Goldberg, a member of the FBI's 10 most wanted list since 2001, finally in handcuffs and shackles. The 61-year-old Goldberg is accused of having sex in his Long Beach, California home with a half-dozen girls between the ages of 5 and 8.
The parents allowed their children basically to go to different amusement parks, go to the park, come over to the house, play on his computer, and eventually he would violate this trust by sexually assaulting these girls.
After receiving information from an anonymous tipster, Canadian police arrested Goldberg in an apartment just outside Montreal. It's believed he had been living there for several years. Shortly after the arrest, Goldberg was flown back to the United States to face charges of sexual exploitation of children and possessing child pornography. Richard Goldberg, a wanted man no more. Goldberg's arrest left a spot open on the FBI's top 10 list, a spot that's being filled tonight by a man with an equally disturbing past. John Shalachi is a 35-year-old convicted pedophile. This guy served 10 years in a Texas prison for sexually assaulting 2 11-year-old boys. The details are sickening.
He showed him a 5-minute video of an adult male engaging in oral sodomy with a young boy. And he then asked them if they would repeat those performances, perform those acts that they had just seen on the video, he would pay each of them $100.
At some point during his time behind bars in Texas, Shalachi began submitting poems and essays under the name Finn McCool to The Fish Wrapper, an obscure literary magazine published by students at the University of New Hampshire. Shalachi's writings caught the eye of one of the Fish Wrapper's editors.
What was enclosed was poetry that was really quite lovely, expressing a free spirit. And we were impressed by it, so we published it.
Over time, they developed a pen-pal relationship.
He's a very eloquent person, and he wrote very nice letters talking about how he was studying in prison, how he regretted the mistakes he had made in his youth.
When it was time for Shalachi to be released, he asked his editor friend if he could come live with her husband, and their 5-year-old son in picturesque Deerfield, New Hampshire. The couple agreed, despite knowing that Shalachi was a convicted pedophile.
We were willing to offer him a place to stay, a place to start over, far from where his old life had been. We were naive. We did not realize the rate of recidivism with pedophiles. One night when we were at supper and Shalachi wasn't around, our son said, I have a secret. I have a secret with John that I think I should tell you.
The couple immediately called police, But before Shalachi could be arrested for aggravated sexual assault, he had taken off. Now, after 8 years of searching for him, the FBI is turning up the heat, putting Shalachi on the 10 most wanted list.
A pedophile is someone who can be just as dangerous as a murderer or a terrorist.
I want to see John Shalachi put away forever so that he can never hurt anyone ever again.
You can make that happen tonight. We need to get this latest addition to the FBI's top 10 list off the streets once and for all, so this guy doesn't hurt any more families. If you know where John Shalachi is, call our hotline right now at 1-800-CRIME-TV.
I am so glad Goldberg's behind bars. He was out there way too long. And I know we're going to grab Shalachi too. Now, if you have any information on where he is, please give us a call at 1-800-CRIME-TV. Let's make his stay on the 10 most wanted list a very short one. Now, there's a lot more coming up, so stay with us.
Coming up, she plays a forensic scientist every week on TV.
Ready.
But tonight...
This is John Turchin with some fugitives who've earned their 15 seconds of shame. LA cops say Joseph Duran lost a fistfight and later got revenge by killing his opponent. Duran may be driving a Ford Focus with California plates 5JC812. He has green eyes and the word loyalty on his neck. U.S. Marshals say David Atwood is a convicted child molester who cut off his monitoring bracelet and disappeared. Atwood could be hiding in Louisiana and working as a carpenter. Pablo Castro is wanted for breaking into wealthy homes and stealing $100,000 worth of property. Castro is Colombian and he's a flashy dresser. He may be hiding out in New York or New Jersey. Rizwan Chaudhary was racing at nearly 100 miles per hour. Cops say he crashed into another vehicle, killing a child. Chaudhary has an Indian accent and may be in Canada or on the East Coast. Now that they've had their 15 seconds of shame, you know what to do. If you've seen any of these fugitives, call our hotline at 1-800-CRIME-TV.
Tonight begins our 21st season, and we're pleased and very proud to have so many loyal viewers who not only watch us week after week, but who get involved and really do try to make a difference. Not so long ago, we were contacted by someone who identified herself as one of our most solid supporters. It was Paulie Perrette, who plays a forensic expert on the hit show NCIS. She was so moved by 2 stories we aired that she offered to do whatever she could to help out. And Angeline Hartman took her up on the offer.
Well, at first take, she seems like some sort of strange little tattooed being, but after 5 minutes, like, oh, she's capable, very ready, super capable at what she does. What did you want to be when you grew up?
You don't even have to look closely, but you can still see the marks on the ground.
Yeah, the ash.
The ash and everything. I mean, these flowers are in the exact spot. This is exactly where she was found, right here.
Come to Mama. On the show, we can solve any crime in about 47 minutes.
This sounds like an emergency. So I need everybody to get those electrons flowing.
And for them, it takes years and years. This is replaceable. My character she's like a one-woman lab herself, which is actually makes it's funny. She does chemistry and the biology and the DNA and blood and ballistics and, I mean, everything.
That's a lot of school.
And a lot of caffeine. Yeah.
Polly was in a familiar setting and instantly bonded with the DNA analysts.
Everybody say DNA.
Coming up next,
This is where I grew up.
join Polly Perrette as she heads home to investigate the murder of another innocent young girl.
I hope that somehow this is going to work, that we're going to do something for these families.
Actress Polly Perrette is one of our biggest fans. And even though she plays a forensics expert on TV, she knows investigations take a lot longer than 60 minutes to solve. Angeline Hartman took Polly inside the very real murder investigations of two young girls. And as we continue, Polly sort of piece.
The next morning, another full day. Sergeant Furlong was feeling good about a new lead.
We're going to follow up on a tip that was called in. There's a restaurant here in town called Jim's Restaurant. It's kind of like a truck stop. I mean, it's located on Highway 31, just above where Shannon's trailer park was. And the caller called in saying that he remembers a guy that used to come up to that restaurant about 9 o'clock most evenings, sat around a big table with a bunch of girls. Does that ring a bell with anybody?
I do know of one guy that was up here just about every night.
Did he have a mole under his eye?
I don't remember a mole under his eye.
Well, this is the newly released composite. Does he favor that at all?
No.
No, it wasn't our guy. But then she surprised us.
There was a customer that at the time all of this happened, I remember he fit the description.
How old is he?
I would say he's in his 40s, probably about 5'11", stocky built.
Is he unkempt or like messy or clean or kind of?
He's not dirty or anything. This composite looks very, very, very much like one of my customers.
Well,
what do you think? I mean, she sounds like she is really, really certain.
she dropped a bombshell because I was not expecting that. I thought she was going to talk about the guy we talked on the phone about. But when she saw that composite, I mean, you could see the way she said, no, this is who it is.
Also, what's interesting, though, is the way that happened is another guy had called in about this, which led to her.
Like, if that guy had not called, you probably wouldn't have talked to her.
Absolutely.
Here's a whole new ball game. So
Now Sergeant Furlong has a new name to work with.
Which is okay with me.
Everything's happening right now. Everything's happening right that second. There's no scripts. There's no anything. You never know where you're going to stumble on or what people are going to say or do or how it's going to affect you. Even it's a lot. It's going to take a while to process and put it all back together. I have to just sleep for a couple of days.
For getting so involved in these two tough cases. We really need to solve them. So let's go over what we know. Once again, here's the sketch of the suspect in the Shannon Polk case. He believes she was probably taken into someone's car when she was abducted. And they'd like to know if anyone saw Raven in a car on the evening of August 4th, 2006. Now, Polly Perrette and the investigators on these cases are right here in our studios tonight to take your call. So if you've got any information on either of these cases, dial our hotline right now at 1-800-CRIME-TV. That's 1-800-274-6388. And I guarantee you that you can remain anonymous. Have the guts to make that call. Now, there's lots more to go in our season premiere, so stay with us.
Coming up, you're about to play witness to a random murder. Can you catch the clues that can collar a killer? Find out in our latest Caught on Tape.
A senseless shooting at a gas station has investigators running on empty. Tom Morris walks us through a crime we need you to help solve, and it's all caught on tape.
Miami, Florida. It's the night of January 20th at a Citgo gas station on Northwest 27th Avenue. The area is buzzing with activity, and there are a lot of people who seem to be just hanging out in the parking lot. A light-colored two-door car pulls in and parks, and two young men get out. Seconds later, a 20-year-old college student named Atrell Rawls walks back to his car. which is parked at this row of gas pumps. As Detrell gets into his ride, these two guys suddenly stop dead in their tracks and watch him. Then, this one sprints across the lot past the pumps with his partner in the white tee trailing behind. Miami-Dade cops say the guy wearing the dark outfit is Jelmo Kirkland. Now, Detrell Rawls is still here in his car, but he is getting ready to pull off any minute now. Meanwhile, Kirkland runs over to talk to a man who's standing by this pickup truck. Now let's watch the events unfold from here.
Do you realize that you just witnessed a shooting? Well, let's back that videotape up, slow it down, and let me break it all down for you.
Detrell is sitting in his parked car here as Kirkland runs over to this truck and says something to this guy in the red shirt. Notice the direction that Kirkland's cap bill is pointed during the exchange. He's keeping his eyes fixed on Detrell's car, which is about to pull off. Now watch this girl. As Kirkland begins to walk away, she does too, but in the opposite direction. You can tell by her body language that she knows something bad is about to jump off. Now watch closely. As Detrell wheels out to leave the gas station, Kirkland suddenly runs up, raises his arm, and point blank starts pumping bullets into the car. Detrell floors it to get away, but Kirkland calmly stands and continues to fire rounds at the fleeing car. Here you can see panicked bystanders running and ducking as the shots ring out, except for the guy in the red shirt who's actually walking toward the shooter. And look how casual Kirkland is after just unloading a clip in front of a rack of witnesses. He turns and says something to the guy in the red shirt, then sprints over to his car, jumps in, and makes his getaway. Detrell Rawls managed to drive his bullet-riddled car to a nearby police station to get help. He'd been hit 3 times, and the wounds would prove to be fatal. There's a good chance that Detrell died not even knowing why he got shot.
Well, here's what led to that young man's tragic murder. Miami-Dade detectives learned that Detrell Rawls and Jelmo Kirkland first crossed paths at a mutual friend's birthday party 2 weeks before the shooting. Kirkland told somebody that he didn't like the way Detrell looked at him that night. So when he just so happened to run into him at the gas station a couple of weeks later, police say Kirkland decided to teach the college student a lesson and killed him right there on the spot. How pathetic is that?
Ironically, Detrell's mom, Day Rawls, is a retired probation and parole officer who teaches criminal justice to Miami high school students. Detrell was her pride and joy, her only child. His goal after college was to follow in her footsteps into law enforcement. You can imagine her pain. Jelmo Kirkland is 21 years old, 6'2", 182 pounds. He goes by the nickname Skibo.
Now that you've seen with your own eyes what a ruthless idiot he is, help us pluck him off the streets tonight and get some justice for Detrell's mom. And remember, if you know of an unsolved crime caught on tape in your area, feel free to shoot me an email at amw.com. Till next time, I'm Tom Morris.
Howard County, Maryland Police Corporal Scott Wheeler died after being struck by a speeding vehicle he was attempting to stop. In his 6.5 years on the force, Corporal Wheeler received numerous commendations, including 3 separate Officer of the Month awards. Corporal Wheeler's friends and family remember him as an Oakland Raiders fanatic and race car enthusiast. He leaves behind his wife.
Now, here's a quick review of some of tonight's cases. Cops in South Carolina say that Dominic Lyde and Derek Benjamin got away with millions of dollars after robbing an armored truck. This is the sketch of the suspect in the murder of Shannon Paul on August 16, 2001 in Prattville, Alabama. Cops in Detroit, Michigan are looking for any information into the murder of Raven Jeffries, last seen alive while riding her bike in front of her house on August 4, 2006. And convicted pedophile John Shalachi is wanted for sexually assaulting a 5-year-old boy in New Hampshire. Thanks for being here for the start of our 21st season. And it's very exciting because with every takedown, we're getting just that much